EDO.
Hey everybody, it's Finding Me with Josh Wolf. Podcast where I hold myself accountable and try to find the most authentic me. I have to tell you, I just did 6 minutes of a podcast that I'm so glad is not recorded. It is woof, that I'm so glad that never, it was silly. Not silly good, silly bad. But I was saying, I'm going to skip past the first 5 minutes and 30 seconds. I was saying, it's funny about this hat when I have short hair. So I have a very thin face, right? So if I have a little mullet back there or something and hair that comes out on the side a little bit, it makes my head look not as, thin. So it's always funny to me. Without the hat, I don't like long hair, but without the hat, I do like short hair. But with the hat, I always think that when I'm have short hair and wear my hat, that I look like somebody who probably just spent, 6 weeks in the hospital. You know, like somebody who's like, "Are you?" Who's like just coming off a 50-day fast. You know, it is bananas. It's bananas. Gonna wear the hat today because if I'm being honest, the forehead feels 8 miles long today. Was feeling good for about 2 days. Dude, but by the way, can I tell you, 2 days is like 2 days more than I've had ever. I've never gone 2 days basically without wearing a hat. Crazy. So, bound to have one of these days. And that's why I got them. But there's a little, recovering addict with the, not recovering, like active addict, meth. I did 2 really fun podcasts today. I'm leaving out of town with Jacob tomorrow. I forgot that. I was gonna do the emails tomorrow, but I think I'll be in the airport most of the day, so I don't want to do it in the airport. But we go to Toronto, never been, so I'm super excited to go. I hear it's gonna rain all weekend, which kind of eats a bag of dicks because I really wanted to walk around the city, but we'll figure it out. I'm still super excited to go to Canada. One of the podcasts I did today was with Piff. The Piff the Magic Dragon here in Vegas. Super weird, super funny. Like, I loved the whole vibe. It was super goofy, and I loved it. And then I did one earlier today where I was talking about, it was just a comic in Toronto asking other comics, like, 4 favorite specials. What's a special that is kind of under the radar or people may not have heard of that people should hear of? And I was like, this isn't going to be popular. But if you can separate him being a terrible person, I would say for this generation, Cosby is buried. And he was like, huh. I was like, listen, I'm just talking pure comedy, not who he is. I still listen to Michael Jackson, and I'm pretty sure he did some pretty terrible things, right? But if you can just, because that's the only Cosby you've known, go back and listen to some of his albums. If you consider yourself a storyteller and you haven't listened to Bill Cosby, you gotta. And he was like, huh. I was like, yeah, I figured, because dudes Jacob's age and younger, they just know rapey Cosby. Rapey Cosby. What? I bet you some people did call him that. It's funny. At one point, I've described him. I was like, I liked pre-rape Cosby, but thinking about it now, it's probably been all rape Cosby. Another tough name. By the way, you're not. Why on Instagram when they say grape? Oh, is it because the algorithm flags the word? Huh. I'm glad I just said it 78 times. Um, I but I really like doing that comedy one. I love talking comedy. It's the thing I miss, I think, the most about not being in LA is just I like talking comedy. Oh, I gotta drink this. What's it called? Severed oak tea? Not severed oak. Slippery elm. Oh, for my throat. I had to buy one of these humidifiers I gotta wear over my mouth like a pilot's mask for flights because my singing voices. Here's a real bummer. I really want to start. I told, I basically said it right to my own face. So that's what's happening. I really want to do more guitar, but the desert is killing my voice. I don't know what to do, you know? So I got this. I'm going to wear it on planes because planes are super dry too. But I'm going to look like the person that still thinks you can die on a plane from COVID. You know what I mean? That's what it's that type of like heavy duty. I'm sorry. I got to get my slippery elm before it gets cold. You know what? This gross, warm slippery elm. You know what's grosser? Cold slippery elm. Well, it's not that bad. It tastes exactly like it sounds. Whatever. But I would love, I might have to look up some throat remedies. I have to promise myself right now. I can't see myself. This is something I cannot forget. I have to edit the song about my mom. Have to edit it. It's gonna be so fucking good, dude. Stop fucking around. All right. I'm only doing it like that because it's worked in the last 60 something days a couple of times. But stop fucking around, dude. It's such a good song. And you didn't write it down, so you're gonna forget it soon. That is the fucking real truth. Get your shit together. Okay. Here's what I expect. By the time I talk to you on Monday, I should have that edited. Period. Let's see if this holding myself accountable out loud to you helps me get it done. I've had it. It's such a funny song. The idea is it's what it's like talking to your parents on the phone as I get older. And it's split between me singing and a recording of my mom talking to me on the phone. So we're having a conversation. But what she says is so funny. I mean, I just can't wait. But I gotta fucking do it. I did meet a few of you this past weekend in Austin. And it's interesting. Um One of the people said, "We really like the show. We like how honest you are, But they were like, it feels like you go a few episodes before like you hit another one of those real honest. And we like those episodes. And I was like, yeah, but like I'm not manufacturing emotion or drama, is what I said. I said it's supposed to be a journal, and some days are just whatever. And some days I got to talk some shit out, and some days I have to talk to myself in the camera. So I was like, I don't want to make it. I don't want to come on every day and emote and all that shit. Some days they're funny, or some days they're not funny at all. Right? I don't want to emote and all that shit every episode because that's not what this is, you know? But I understood. It's like The Sopranos, everybody. Listen, Sopranos would go 3 episodes with nobody dying and nothing happening. And then episode 4, 78 people died. But for real, that's why. That's why. It's just so the reason I don't do this in the mornings and I do it at night is I wasn't as in the moment for what my day was, right? So what a journal truly is. So I was manufacturing more. And I don't like that. I don't like that. I write, see, in the morning I had to plan the show. At night, I don't plan the show, but I do write. If something comes up during the day and I'm like, oh, I want to talk about that tonight, I write it down. But this felt more like a journal, which is why we're doing it like this. Um, I got to change the music on the podcast, by the way. Brandon wants me to write a jingle, or not a jingle, but a song for it. But, that would mean it would have to be in C, like it would just be CDG in whatever order we wanted to change it around. But the problem with that is it will sound like all of my other songs, because all of my songs are in CDG, except the one that I wrote about being on the phone with my pet mom. That is a completely different sound. I think I added in, well, wait, 2 new chords. So no C and no D. Eat a dick. You know? Um, but yeah. Man, I am so curious because I've heard people talk about what it's like getting back in the US. Because we're flying into Toronto. And I am so curious if people will talk about the Trumpster. I really am curious if it. Usually when I go, I don't hear anything. But I wonder if this time around people are going to be like, what's the deal? I love how they ask us, like, I know you talk to them. Like, everybody, I don't know what the fucking deal is. And they don't say it like I talk to them, like, because, like me personally, but like anybody. What's the deal? Like, any of us know the fucking deal, besides the fact that he's a dummy. All right, everybody. I have to pack. Let's go. You'll probably hear from me in the airport. Super grateful to be doing this. Truly super grateful to be doing this. Very humbled by the people who reach out and say that this helps them somehow. Truly humbled. And super grateful to be on the road with Jacob, and I see Beth next week, so life is good. I also have giant forehead. So some days it feels like It's 8 stories high. And those are the days I'm definitely going to wear that. But like I said, I made it 2 days. Did I say that? Or I don't remember if I said it on this podcast or the one I recorded when I didn't record. I made it 2 days with a lot of no hat. So I didn't expect it to be easy breezy. But 2 days, that's pretty good. I'm going to tell you something. That beats my record by 2 days. So, all good. Just going to take a little while to adjust to the Frankenstein kind of look, you know. All right, everybody, finding me. There's only one of you. How cool is that? Just one. Don't let anybody hop in the way of your dreams or of going and getting what you want. You know what I'm saying? One ride on the rock, one you, and then this. Later. Love you. Finding me.